This weekend marks the second anniversary of Jurgen Klopp's arrival on Merseyside, but my question is, can he turn Liverpool into a superpower?
It's time for a big peek.
2 years ago, Liverpool entered the international break on the back of a 1-1 Merseyside derby draw at Goodison Park. With a new man on the scene at Melwood, the charismatic German Jurgen Klopp. There was an understandable newfound optimism in Liverpool. They had the hottest manager in European football, a man who led Borussia Dortmund to back-to-back league titles and a Champions League final. A far more exciting appointment than their previous one, the guy who led Swansea to 11th place. Hey Brendan, I'm not complaining. I do sickening things to finish 11th again. In the 2 years since that appointment, Liverpool have been praised for their exciting gegenpressing tactics, have been to 2 cup finals, have erected a sexy new main stand, have got back in the Champions League, and they've only signed 1 Southampton player. That sounds like a very impressive first 2 years in the job, and while I would argue it is, there have been a few pressing concerns which have been apparent throughout the Germans' reign. Liverpool cannot win trophies, and Liverpool cannot defend. The Reds' attacking capability cannot be questioned. It has been evident in dominant performances against the top sides. If Liverpool had been sound defensively last season, I'd argue they'd probably have won the Premier League, let alone challenge for the title. Having said that, I'm going to go on a little side rant here. Saying Liverpool are crap defensively and need a new centre-back is lazy, frankly shite punditry. Liverpool can't keep signing new centre-backs hoping that will solve the problem. I would say they've actually got 2 very decent centre-backs. Liverpool have shown they can see out games when they're under massive pressure. It's when they're under less pressure that cracks appear, especially in defending set pieces. Against the better teams, they generally attack and defend very well. But it's against the lesser sides that they can see cheap goals and struggle to break teams down. I highly doubt Van Dijk would make any noticeable difference if he was placed in that defence. The only positive would be in raising spirits and beliefs. The way to make the defence more sound would be to change the style of play against the lesser sides. They're never going to beat you with their quality, so don't let them beat you in other ways. Anyway, rant over. The failure in the 2 cup finals is a further concern. Specifically the capitulation against Sevilla, after the incredible run knocking out Villarreal, Dortmund and Man United. As Liverpool now haven't won a trophy in 5.5 years, which is longer than Swansea and League One Wigan. So despite Klopp's obvious successes so far, the general public and even some Liverpool fans are starting to have some serious doubts as to whether he's the right man for Liverpool. This anniversary coincides with a poor stretch of form with just 1 win in 7 games. And with arch rivals Man United visiting Anfield next, the spotlight is firmly on Klopp. This season Liverpool have conceded more goals than Bournemouth and Swansea, who are both in the bottom 3. And while they've only lost once this season, disappointing draws against Watford, Burnley and Newcastle mean they are already 7 points behind the Manchester clubs. For Liverpool to become a superpower, the hard work is done. They are a massive club with a huge, passionate fan base and an incredible history. However, they are going to need to fix up defensively against the lesser sides and then start winning trophies. Do I think Klopp can achieve this? Well, there is evidence against it. He's had 2 years to work on defence and yet it's still an issue. Also, his poor record in cup finals dates back to his time in Germany. On the other hand, Liverpool's defensive statistics have improved under Klopp to what they were in Brendan Rodgers' final 2 years. Also, Klopp took Dortmund from trophy abyss to winning league titles and competing on all fronts. So he has proved he can guide a team to the top. In my opinion, I think of course Klopp can turn Liverpool into a superpower. He's already got Liverpool competing for trophies and battering the big teams. However, I do think there are some things he needs to work on. The German league is a lot less challenging than the Premier League. You can't just turn up and roll over teams here. And Klopp needs to learn how to play against the lesser sides, cutting off their strengths. The sooner he does that, the sooner Liverpool can put together a run. And when you start mixing together runs of wins against the lesser sides, and big performances against the big teams, that's when you start challenging for and winning trophies. And if that happens consistently, Liverpool will be a superpower. So in answer to my question, yes, Klopp can turn Liverpool into a superpower. He just needs to learn how to play against the lesser teams, which, mixed with consistency, will lead to trophies, which will lead to superpower status. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe, share it with your friends. I'll see you soon.